Rome's concurrent behavior in Britain and Judea. During the first century of the Christian era, Rome's activities were running concurrently in Britain and Judea. However, Suetonius' biographies reveal a clear disparity between Rome's experiences and interactions with both. Since Pompey's annexation of Judea in 64 BC, and through the subsequent rule of Senate appointees, Rome's activities in Judea are well evidenced. Rebellions, revolts, and Rome's severe responses punctuated the period and ultimately led to the Jewish diaspora. These events and actions are fully reported by Suetonius and confirmed by an abundance of physical evidence. Britain's experience with Rome, however, is not and remains utterly incomparable. There is no archaeological or epigraphic evidence whatsoever to confirm the traditional narrative that Britain was a subjugated province of Rome. Unlike Britain, Rome's emperors and representatives appear invariably involved in the subjugation of Judea. Whether through punitive taxation or military activity, Suetonius's frequent reports on Judea explicitly confirm Rome's role in the region. For example, Tiberius suppressed all foreign religions, and the Egyptian and Jewish rites, obliging those who practiced that kind of superstition to burn their vestments and all their sacred utensils. He distributed the Jewish youths, under the pretense of military service, among the provinces noted for an unhealthy climate, and dismissed from the city all the rest of that nation, as well as those who were proselytes to that religion, under pain of slavery for life, unless they complied. Rome's contempt for the Jews during Tiberius's reign is confirmed by the epigraphic evidence. An example states that Pontius Pilatus, as prefect of Judea, spent the holy treasury, the korbanas, on an aqueduct and stirred up a riot, which he violently suppressed by bringing in his soldiers and killed many Jews. No similar report is forthcoming regarding Britain. Interestingly, Suetonius has Claudius behaving much more pragmatically in Judea than Tiberius. He reveals Claudius' diplomacy, typical tactics, and priority of profit, all of which feature in the Brittonic sources' claims. Suetonius also specifically reports on the emperor's predilection for matchmaking in his pursuit of revenue. In Judea, he preferred his friend Felix to the government of the province, who in turn secured marriages to 3 queens. Claudius's relative benevolence in the region is confirmed by a papyrus found at Philadelphia in the Fayum, Egypt. In the discovered letter to the Alexandrians, circa 41 AD, Claudius acts the mediator after a disturbance and riot against Jews. He diplomatically advised the recipient, "I did not wish to make a strict investigation, storing up within myself unrepentant anger at those who started it up again. I simply tell you that unless there is an end to this destructive and remorseless anger of yours against each other, I will be forced to show what kind of a person a benevolent leader can be when he has been turned to justifiable anger." Claudius's magnanimous mediation in the region is confirmed by another papyrus, which reports on the trial of Isidorus and Lampon before Claudius. He evidently appreciated the inherent link between peace and prosperity. Serious conflict, and the necessary suppression thereof, had negative repercussions on a region's productivity and ultimately Rome's revenue. The edict of Tiberius Julius Alexander, a generation later, clarifies Rome's continuing commercial considerations. "I have been taking every precaution that the city remains in its proper condition, and that Egypt continues stable and cheerfully helps Rome with its supply of grain." Nevertheless, Suetonius' respective biographies continue to reaffirm a distinct difference between Britain and Rome's subjugated provinces during the 1st century. Following the suicide of Nero in AD 68 and the rapid replacement of 3 emperors within a year, Judea continued to feature foremost in the Roman narrative. Indeed, the size, strength, and support of the Roman army in Judea was fundamental to Vespasian's ultimate success over Vitellius. It swore allegiance to Vespasian and attracted support from the surrounding regions. Moreover, this trend ran contrary to Suetonius's tenuous and transient references to Britain during the same period. In his work on Vespasian, he recounts 2 legions, 8 squadrons of horse, and 10 cohorts being added to the former troops in Judea. Vespasian apparently led with such resolution that in the attack of a castle he had his knee hurt by the stroke of a stone and received several arrows in his shield. From amongst the governors of Rome's provinces, Licinius Mucianus promised to join him with the Syrian army, and Vologesus, king of the Parthians, offered him a reinforcement of 40,000 archers. Suetonius's reports of Vespasian in the region are supported by an abundance of epigraphic and archaeological evidence, which, in turn, confirm that the biographer had access to detailed and reliable sources. Suetonius's fleeting references to Britain suggest that no comparable records existed concerning the island. Suetonius continues to provide extensive reports on Titus and Domitian's activities in Judea, and the archaeological evidence continues to confirm them. Even though some have questioned the immaculate accuracy of Suetonius's work, its authenticity and credibility remains indisputable. Its contemporary success, popularity, and subsequent longevity suggests that its content was widely and ultimately accepted. Its paramount importance to British history is the absence of anything confirming the traditionalist narrative. Nevertheless, it does confirm a benign Roman military presence in Britain during the 1st century AD. The question remains, if not conquering and colonizing, what was the Roman army doing in Britain?